Students, good evening. Students in the online, am I audible to you? Silence. Now, we started with the types of arguments. So, functions under the types of arguments. So, there we started with first type of argument. So, positional arguments is completed. And after the default arguments also completed, today we'll go for what? Keyword arguments. So, let us go to the keyword arguments we are going to discuss. So, let's start with keyword arguments. Easy, not a difficult. Let us watch this example now. So, let's start with keyword arguments. So, let us start with the first important thing before entering into this discussion. I'd like to speak about positional arguments notes not send. Only program I send. Okay. Concept also I will send. After the class I will send that. Okay. Fine. So let me go to my interest is my requirement today is A is 10. There are three variables are there with me. Three variables are there with me. A, B, C. A, B, C, D. I will take something like this. Always I want to print value of A. Value of A is always 10. Value of B always 20. Value of C always 30. Value of D always 40. This is the data what I want. Always I want to 10 value of A 10, value of B 20, value of C 30, value of D 40. In how many ways I can pass this value of A, B, C, D like the 10, 20, 30, 40? How many combinations are there to pass it? You did not understand. Let us go to that. See that? I'll take it. Program for demonstrating keyword arguments. Keyword arguments I'm going to discuss. Program for demonstrating keyword arguments. Okay, look at that. Here I am going to say main program you see display 10, 20, 30 and then 40. What is 10, 20, 30, 40? Positional argument values we can call it. Positional argument values. So, I will print here something like this. Just watch it. Here I am going to say here A and then something like this I am printing /T, /TB, /TC, /TD. This is what I am passing it. And I want to print the data. DEF display A comma B comma C comma D. What is this ABCD called? Formal parameters. I am saying that /T, and I am saying /T and then /T and then /T dot format of A comma B comma C comma D. A comma B comma C comma D. This is the data what we have. You just try to run it. I'm giving file name as keyword args example1.py. So carefully observe it, students. Go to that functions, you save it. Here I am going to say what is happening here. 10 is going to A, 20, 30 and then 40. This is called what arguments? Yes. So function call with positional arguments. Just try to run this. Just try to run this, students. Just try to run this. So I'm going to this place. So I'm going to say Python here for 6 p.m. Sorry, say 6 p.m. So there it is called functions there to try to execute. Py you say, and this you see. I got the values called A, B, C, D like that. So my requirement here is passing always 10 to this A, passing 20 to B, 30 to C, and 40 to D. That means here the point is you are the developer of the function and you are the caller of the function. That means you are the both. You are the both function caller as well as function definer. Both of you are only. So that you will understand what will be the first value to pass, what will be the second value to pass, what will be the third value to pass, and what will be the fourth value to pass. In real time, you are the one you defined it and your team members are the one which they are using it. So that time what I will do? That time what they will do? They know that function name. They know function name. They know that they are taking how many parameters? 4 parameters, but they don't know the order of it. They know the parameter names. What are the parameter names? A, B, C, D. They know the parameter names, but they don't know what? Order they don't know. They know the parameter names, but they don't know what? Order. For example, if I pass it like this, what is that? 40, 10, 20, 30. Like that if I pass it, see the answer now. What is my intention? That intention is lost here. I'm thinking like this. But what is happening actually? What is happening actually? 40 should go to this place, 30 should go to this place, 20 should go to this place, and 10 should go to this place. So what is missing here? Order is missing. So in order to pass the data in a correct order, once again I am saying, when I should go for keyword arguments, we know the function name, we don't know what. We know the function parameter names, but we don't know what? Order. That time, to pass the data more accurately, I will use what? Keyword arguments. What is the keyword argument syntax? Whatever the formal parameters are available, the same thing I am using here. D is equal to D. Supposed to contain what? 40. 10 supposed to pass to whom? A. You need to write that A. Parameter names only need to write it here. Next I will write what? B. And next is what is this? C I am writing. This is called what? Function call with keyword arguments. Keyword arguments. Function call with keyword arguments. Try to run this code once. Try to run this code. Observe it. Is it passing perfectly or not? What did you understand with this? You developed it. I don't know that what is the order of it. I know the function name. I know the parameter names. What are that A, B, C, D. But I don't know the order. But I am passing perfectly or not? What is the concept behind that? What is the concept behind that? Keyword arguments. Keyword arguments. Are you able to follow? Next, after that, next I want to say one more time. Observe students. I am passing something like this. What is that? B is equal to 20, comma, C is equal to 30, C is equal to, A is equal to 10, A is equal to 10, D is equal to 40, and C is equal to what? 30. What is this concept is called once again? Function call with what? Yes, now you see, I passed in something different order, but is the same consistency is maintaining or not? As this is the most useful technique. Now, careful students, now I am going to say, display 1020, 1020, 1020, D is equal to 40, and next C is equal to 30. What are the first two are called? By looking at the coding, you need to tell which mechanism we are following. What is the 10? What is the 10? Positional. What is the 20? Positional. D is equal to 40. C is equal to 30. What is this indicates? Function call. Come on. Function call with a what? Positional arguments and very good. Keyword arguments. Keyword argument. Is the combination is there or not? Yes. Try to run it. Try to run it. Still it is perfect. Still it is perfect. Are you following me? Yes. Next I am going to say one more small explanation here. I am writing. Right. 1 minute. I will take up this. Now I am going to carefully follow students. Now I am going to say. I am writing there. See that B is equal to 20. B is equal to 20. B is equal to, this is called what you know, 20. And next is called what you know, A is equal to 10. 10. Now I am writing 40. Next I am writing what? 30. What is this now? Keyword arguments I am writing here. And later what I am writing? Positional arguments. So, that is called error. What is that? Why error? Because I told already in the class, first thing is always you must pass. Later you need to write. In this case it is called error. So that error is called what? I will show you. Positional argument follows keyword arguments. See the error now, line number 14. Line number 14, please read out syntax error. Positional argument follows keyword arguments. It is an error or not? This is an error. Go to this place. Now I am writing here. It is an error. So I am going to say here. It is an error. Are you able to follow me? Yes. That's why I hope you are understanding my discussion. Display of, I am writing here 10 comma D is equal to 40. C is equal to C is equal to 30. And B is equal to what? 20. What is this again called? Function call with? Yes. Very good. Now, let me go for another example also I will give you students. This is something is mismatching. So, you pass this, follow this carefully, getting the data perfectly or not? Yes. Let me go to the another example students. One more example I want to go to students. Please look into that. Now I will take, in this case, one more example I will use it. Observe the second stage. Keyword arguments 2. Now I am taking DEF display STUD info SNO comma SNAME comma marks comma and next is called what you know, let it be up to here I will take it print of what I am taking /T and later I will add what default arguments also I will add in this example, right? Carefully follow. Format of SNO comma SNAME comma marks I am going to take it. Now I am going to write it. Main program I will write it. Main program I am writing. And observe it. I'll go to back and I will take this data here. I'll try to take this. Follow me. And I will write here what? SNO. Next is called what? Name. Next I will say what? Marks. I will take. Just later I will write other thing if it is required. Now I will call it what? Display STUD info. I'll pass number. Here I will write it RS something I will write it 22 I will write it. This you try to run this code students. Try to run this information students. Observe it. So coming to the point back, here I am writing, run this code. So it is called purely what arguments? Positional arguments. PY. This is the data what we got it. Understand? Next step. I'll go to the next stage. Carefully follow. Display STUD info. I am taking. There I am passing what you know students. Marks is equal to some 22.22. Next is called SNO is equal to what? Suppose I am writing STNO is equal to some 20. Next is called S name is equal to something like TR. I am passing something like this. It is an error. Why? Because it is called what? S name. But you are SNO you are using. But here I am using what? STNO. It is an unexpected variable you are using. Every keyword argument name can be a formal parameter only. So you are using unexpected variable. You see the error now and then move forward. Later I will correct it. So go to the place and see the error now. You see that display student info got unexpected keyword argument called what? STNO. So you must change that. What I should write? SNO. SNO. Now you run it. Now you run it. Now you got the perfect answer. Even though I am passing different order, am I getting or not? So is it a very good way of passing the data or not? Either you can pass in the order or you can pass in any order. The concept I am saying once again, keyword arguments concept is most useful. We know the function name, we know the argument parameter names, but we don't know the order of it. To pass the data in a correct format, we will use what concept? Keyword arguments concept we are using. Next I will use it. Follow my dear students. Next I am saying display student info. Display student info. Here I am saying something like 30, something like 30, MC. Now I am saying something like, I say here marks is equal to 44.44, comma S name is equal to MC I am passing. What did you understand with this? First one is called what? Positional argument. Next one is called what? Easy. That you are already aware of that. Now you are already aware of that. Execute it. Getting the data properly or not? As go to that, my dear students. Now I am taking. What is the course for all of them? Python. I don't want to write the Python all the times. So here I am using positionals keyword. Now I am using what? Default also. So what is the course for all of them? Python I am using. Python I am using. Python I am using. You come to the students. Here I am writing backslash T. Backslash T. What is this now? CRS. CRS I will write it. CRS. Now I am saying CRS here. I am saying here what? CRS. Now I am saying here course I am writing backslash T. Course. I am writing course here. Are you able to follow? Try to run this code. Try to run this code. Here I am going to say course is equal to what? Python. Following? Right. Now let us go for that. There is one person called what? Display stud info 40. Now I am writing SNO is equal to SNO. I will write it here. CRS is equal to what? Java. Java. Next is called what you know? SNO is equal to some 40. 40. Next is called marks is equal to 11.11. Next S name is equal to Trump. So I will take like this. What did you understand with this? His course was different. What is his course is now? Java. His course is. Earlier I did not specify. Positional arguments with what? Default. Next is keyword arguments with what? Default. Next with what? Everything with what? Keyword arguments only. Everything with what? Just run this code. Run this code. Now see the code now. What happens? This define. Okay. So I capital student. I capital. Mistake in spelling. So got the data. Are you able to follow? Yes. Now you follow me. One more student. Display stud info 10 comma something like what you know Biden. I'm writing here Biden. So something like I'm writing something like Joe Biden. So next I'm writing after that course is equal to course also I'm not passing students. What I'm passing marks is equal to something like 33 point like this I'm passing. What did you understand with this? First two things are what? Next is what? And also CRS is what? Default. So with this what is matching ma? This is going to be called what? Number, name, marks and course. I am not passing. That is by default what? Right, Python only. Python only. So here, what happens? STUD, STUD, spelling mistake again. STUD info, STUD info. So getting the data or not? So any way you can pass the data. Any way you can pass the data. So last and final display STUD info, STUD info, S name is equal to Abhishek is saying Putin. Next is called what you know? Something like marks is equal to 22.22, comma, SNO is equal to some 50. Next is called what? Next what is that? Course CRS is equal to war. So he learned the course of war. So coming to the beginning, I will write it. Beginning, I will write it. So coming to the explanation, execute that. Getting or not? Yes. So what is this concept is known as here? Keyword arguments with this. So how many ways are there to pass my data from function call to function heading? 5 ways totally. What are the ways you know perfectly? Positionals, default, clarity is there. When do you go for positionals? Specific data. 1 to 1, 2 to 2, 3 to 3. When do you go for default? When the value is common for family of function calls. That common value must be taken as default. Third one is keyword arguments. We know the function name. We know the parameter names. We don't know the order. That time we'll go for what? Keyword arguments. Easy or difficult? Easy. So, online students, are you comfortable with this execution, students? Now, clear. Now I will go for that concept, I will bring it. That concept I will bring it, students. Now, under that, functions I will take, students. Functions I will take it. So, under that, functions I will take it. Keyword arguments I will bring it. Keyword parameters or arguments I will bring it. And you observe it. Most important requirement. Functions here. Instead of typing that, I'll bring it. Try to open it, students, and read out. Read out and then see the syntax. Come on, read out. In some of the circumstances, we know the function name and the formal parameter names. And we don't know the order of formal parameter names. And to pass the data or values accurately, we must use the concept of keyword parameters or arguments. The implementation of keyword parameters or arguments says that all the formal parameter names used as arguments in function calls as keys. All the formal parameters must be used as arguments in function calls as keys. Why they named as keyword argument? Because the parameter name is equal to value. Parameter name is equal to value. That's why they called as what? Keyword arguments. Keyword argument. See the example, ma? Syntax for function definition. DEF, function name, param1, param2, param n. So on. Syntax for function call. Function name of param n is equal to value n. Param 1 is equal to value 1. Param n minus 1 is equal to value n minus 1. In any of the order I can pass it or not? Yes. Here param n is equal to value n. Param 1 is equal to value n. N minus 1 is equal to value n minus 1. Are called what? Keyword arguments. I hope you are understanding. So it is very simple. It is very simple and easiest and most important also. Shall I move forward? Yes. So how many are there? How many mechanisms we discussed? 3. One is positional. Good. Now, online students, now I am going for one more requirement called what? So, Nagendra, sir, please mention syntax error point also in the syntax, in the notes. Already is there, no, ma'am? Already is there in that. So, you want error message also to be done in the program. This is already there. In the program already there. What is that already there? In this case, already it is available. Syntax error will come when we use. I will write it. If you want, I will write it. In this case, I will write it. What is that? When we specify what? Keyword arguments before, when we specify keyword arguments before what? Positional arguments in where function calls, then we get what? Error. What is that error? Syntax error. So error name is positional arguments follows. Yes. We get syntax error saying that positional argument follows keyword arguments. Okay, Nagendra? Good. Now you understand this message. Now I am going to introduce the another one, which is called very, very important, called variable length arguments. Shall we start? Yes. So come on to the variable arguments. Easy. Now I will start the variable arguments. First understand, it is also most important technique. So every technique is having its own special advantage, students. Now I am going to take Python here. Program for demonstrating. Which one? Program for demonstrating what arguments? Variable length arguments. Program for demonstrating variable length arguments. DEF. First I'll go to the main program. Careful mom, this is little tricky program. Display of 10. What is this now? Function call. With what argument? Positional argument. Good. Go to that. Come on now. Say what now? DEF. Come on, DEF. Display of A. What is this now? Function definition or not? This is called function call 1. Function definition 1. Careful. Lot of intelligence is required here. Function definition 1. Print of what? A. What is this example I am giving? Variable length args example1.py. Careful. Save this code. Functions. Now I am going to save this code. Come to the execution part. Py. See the answer. What is coming? 10. Easy. For every function definition, for every function call, function definition is available. What are you doing? Must stand up once. Mobile watching, right? What are you doing there? You are seeing and then not listening the class. Counting pages, then what are you doing? Seeing the cover page of the notebook, diagram you are seeing, Show me what is there in that. Cake, it is nothing, na? So listen the class. Listen. Now coming to the point back. Now I am saying one more time. Display of 10, 20. 10, 20. If I don't disturb you, you will go on seeing the cake also. December 31st, you will order the cake also. So you will go on like that only. So why that problem? That's why I disturbed you. Okay now? What is this now? Function call 2. Right or not? Function call 2. What will happen? Function definition 1. Function call 1 went to where? Function definition 1 executed, right? Well, now what is happening here? Display of 1020. Function call 2. It is taking how many arguments? 2 arguments means it is going to this place or not? Function definition area. Is it matching? No. Is it necessary to define another one? Not necessary. Necessary to define. Define DE display of A comma B. Okay. Print of A comma B. Okay. Very nice. So say there function definition 2. What is the answer is coming now? What is the answer is coming for the first one? What is the next answer is coming? 10 comma 20. That is 10 20. Right or not? This is an answer you are expecting. Everybody will expect the same answer, but it is wrong answer. That is called a wrong answer. Wrong answer it is. Not only you, everybody will expect the same answer. Why it is wrong answer, sir? Now, look at, you don't discuss. Display 1, display 2, display 1, display 2. Now you will get the correct answer what you expected. Display 1, display 2, display 1, display 2. You execute it 10, 10, 20. What names I am using? Different names I am using. Your PVM will remember the different names and then it is working. Now you are using what here? Same name. Same name. Now you see the same name. In LKG there is one Nikhil is there. In LKG, Nikhil is your friend. In 5th class there is one more Nikhil is there. In 8th class one Nikhil is there. 10th class also one Nikhil is there. Intermediate second year also one Nikhil is there. BTech first year and BTech fourth year one more Nikhil is there. Which Nikhil you will remember? All Nikhils will remember. Huh? So you are a very dangerous guy. I don't want to say that. So I don't remember all these Nikhils. I will remember last person only. Okay, you are very fond of friends. That's why you will remember all Nikhils. So that's why you are out of order simply. So coming to the point of it, come to the PVM. PVM is an interpreter. PVM is an interpreter. PVM is an interpreter. Now it is going to be doing what? It is coming to where? The line number 3, it is just scanning and then finding that one display function taking what parameter? 1 parameter. It will come to next another line number 5. It is finding another display with what parameters? 2 parameters. Since Python is an interpreter, interpreter means it remember only what? One line at a time. It will remember what? Recent function only it will remember. Line number 3 same name. Line number 5 also same name. Which one it will remember? Latest one only it will remember. By forgetting what? Previous one. Where Python is what? Interpreter. Because what name is there? Why it is remembering that last name? Because the same name is there with the different parameters are there. Here one parameter, 2 parameters. PVM remember latest function only. It never remember the old one. Because Python is not a compiler. Python is not a compiler language. It is a what? Interpretation language. Coming to that, now coming to this, now it is scanning that line number 3, line number 5, finally coming to line number 8 and then 9. Tell me, when it comes to line number 8, which display function it is remembering? 1 parameter display method or 2 parameters display method? 2 parameters display method. Understand? Tell me, line number 9, display 10, function call 1. Where it will go? Line number 5 or line number 3? No, don't tell immediately. Think and then say. 5 it will go. It will go to 5. It will go to 5 because it remembers what? Come on. Latest one only. Is it an error or not? Error. Why? It is supposed to pass how many? But you are passing how many? Is it an error or not? Execute it, error. What is that? Display missing what? One required positional argument. You are passing only one. One is missing because it is taking 2. You are missing. Suppose you pass it. You take this in the order like that. You take like this. 2 parameters function you take it in line number 3. 5th line you are taking a single parameter method. You tell me, it is remembering single parameter display method or double parameter display method? Line number 8, no problem. It will go to this place only now. No problem. When it comes to line number 9, it is going to which place only? Line number 5 only. But is it matching? No, that time it is giving an error. See my dear student, it is giving an error. First time answer I got it. Second time this is going to be display takes what? 1 positional argument. But you are given how many? You are given 2. You are given 2. That is the problem. Are you following? So, finally tell me, now, I will change my order. You have seen the result. Let it be taking. Now think about it. Let me speed up my coding now. I say here 10, 20, 30. 10, 20, 30. What I am doing now? I will take it one more here. Carefully follow me. I am taking here A comma B comma C. A comma B comma C. Definition number 3. Print A comma B comma C. Function call 3. Function call 3. Let me take up one more. 10 comma 20 comma 30 comma 40. Function call number 4. Call number 4. I'm going to say here called what? A B A comma B comma C comma D. Function called definition number 4. A comma B comma C comma D. Which one is remembering? 3 now, 5 now, 7 now, 9 now. 9 means what? Line number 13. Error. Line number 14. Line number 15. Just to check it. Just to check it once. Here you see line number 13 error or not. Okay, student, go there and keep it comment. Line number 14 error again or not. 14 error again. Go for that, keep a comment there. Next execute line number. Next is what? 15 error or not. Yes, keep a comment there. Now you see last one only getting executed, right or not? That indicates, this indicates we are defining multiple function calls. What is your specialty today? We are saying display. Family of similar function call. Family of similar function call. Are you following? Family of similar function call with what value? 1 value, 2 values, 3 values, 4 values, 5 values, 6 values, no value also. I will take it what finally? No value also I will pass it. What is this now? Function call number 5. Function call number 5. All of you don't excite, my dear students. You go on following me. I will explain so many things. Carefully follow. Up to now it is a 6:45. Up to 7:45. Same concept I am going to tell you. Don't excite because my class make you to excite always. Don't excite. Take care. Be careful. Take care. Don't excite. Now coming to that, errors are coming or not? Yes. Go to that. Finally, I am going to conclude my sentences. What is your conclusion? I am defining what function? Same function. Taking 1 value, 2 values, 3 values, 4 values, 5 values. 1 value, 2 values, 3 values, 4 values are called what? Variable length values. Spell out. First of all, did you understand that word? Variable length values. 1 value. Length is what? 1. 2 values, length 2. 3 values, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is it not called variable length values? How many functions I defined it? 5 definitions are there. 5 definitions are there. Last one you see. The last one you don't worry. Last one you don't worry. 4 function calls are there. 4 function definitions are there. Is this program executing or not executing? Executing or not executing? Right. Here I will write one important statement, students. This program will not execute as it is. Will not execute as it is, students. Will not execute as it is because why it won't execute, ma? PVM is an interpreter. PVM is an interpreter. PVM is the interpreter, and it can remember what? Remember only latest function definition. What definition? Latest function definition. Latest function definition. Right? But not able to remember. But not able to remember all the definitions of the functions. All the definitions. Because I will write the reason also I will write. Because function name is same, right or not? Function name is same. If it is a different function names, na, it can remember. If it is a different function names, it will remember. But it is containing what name? Same name is there. Same name. That's why it is able to. Are you able to follow? Yes. But how do you run this code? How do you run this code? I am going to discuss. Are you able to follow? Right. So, Manikanta, don't excite ma. Please listen that. I will take your doubt. Manikanta, all of you, don't excite by yourself. I will write also. I will write also because I took it that he got a doubt immediately. He got a doubt immediately. So, if you carefully listen na, mind-blowing examples I'll give you, my dear student. Go on listening it. Okay na? Don't excite by yourself. Manikanta. Are you listening, Manikanta? Listen that. Don't excite by yourself. Now I am going to introduce. How do you execute this code? Manikanta, are you listening? So, go to that. Go to that. So, listen that. So, Wasim Akram, not understand, sir. So, take rest, ma. So, go to that. Now I am taking. I am explaining so many examples. Not understanding means what can I do? Everybody will understand. One argument, two arguments, three arguments, four arguments, five arguments. I have to count up to 99, 100. Like that, if I go on saying, it will take kilometers of sentences. You can understand. So, spontaneous brain is required. One value, two values, three values, four values, five values. What these are all called? Variable length arguments. Spell out. Now, I am going to start. How do you execute this program? This program demonstrating variable length arguments. This program will execute. Why it will execute? I am going to give you the clarity. What I am going to do? What I am going to do? Poison, understand? Very good. Now I am going to say variable length argument example 2. Previous program. Once again, very slowly I am explaining. Here you see all the definitions defined. Function calls are coming. Since it is remembering only the latest function, other functions are not matching with it. That's why not executing. Why it won't execute? I told line by line, point to point, I said it is an interpreter. That's why it is not remembering all the functions. I shown you different names I took it. Display 1, display 2, executed. Now you come to this stage. This program will execute. How it is executing, you see. What is this is called? Function definition. Immediately what I will do? Function call I will call immediately. Define it, call it. Define it, call it. Wasim Akram. Define it, call it. You define it, call it. What happens? You define it and call it. What is this? Function definition 1, function call 1. మళ్ళీ లైన్ రాస్తాను కదా, మళ్ళీ మీరు చిన్నపిల్లలు అసలు separate line one line I will draw, so you'll understand now. One line is there. What is the first one? Definition. What is this? So PVM at this point of time, PVM knows only what? Single parameter. Single parameter function calling and executing or not? Now come on. What is this? Display double parameter. What I will do? Call the corresponding function call. See students, call the function call immediately. Line. Because you are more than kids. So, next one is what? Next one is what? Third one. I will take this third one. How many arguments you are taking? 2 arguments. Okay. These 2 things are there. Now you take this third argument, students. Third one you take it. This is called what? Function call or not? Function call. So line. Why line? Because you will understand. If you don't practice now, this type of problems will come. This is the one. Are you following me? Next, last also. I will take last also, I will define. What is the last part? What is the last part? CDE of display, not at all taking, print off, not taking any, what is that? Values. Not taking any values. So take care students, and this is a function call. Are you able to follow? See, I am writing. What is this opinion now? What is this opinion now? Function call, function definition. Function call, function definition. Is it now? Is it comes under definition calling, definition calling, definition calling? Are you able to follow, students? Yes. Very, very simple. Very, very simple. I am defining calling. Why I am defining calling? PVM will forget. PVM is one of the Ghazni mind is there. So, it is having what? Defining calling, defining calling, defining calling, defining calling, defining calling. Understand? So when you show 10 display functions, it will say, I can't remember all these things. I will remember only latest function. What you will do, I don't know. You will say what? Okay, PVM. I defined it, I called. You call it. I defined it, you call it. Defined and call it. Now I am going to say, this program will execute. Why it will execute? Let me save it. Let me save it. Save this code. Out of that, you say function execute example2.py. Am I getting the answer or not? Yes, why it is able to execute? This program will execute because we are defining a function, and calling that function immediately. Calling that function immediately. Calling that function immediately. Easy or difficult? Calling, defining, calling. So, Wasim Akram, my dear student, please follow me. Don't feel I said take rest. Just joking on you. So don't feel it. Come on, ma. Wasim Akram. Are you getting or not? Getting or not? So Manikanta got it. Because he was excited earlier. Now his doubt was cleared. So in BTech this excitement is there. By this time you can establish Microsoft also. That excitement was not there. But this time excitement will come. You will ask, sir, Roman number to ordinary number, tell me, sir. I will tell. That excitement will come. Have you asked this question in your BTech? No, why? You understand the situation. Okay. So, coming to the point of it. Are you following now? Now, my topic is not over. Now I am entering into my topic. Variable length arguments concept. Look at how many function calls are there? How many function calls? How many definitions? So, I am writing one important note, students. One important note I am writing. In the above program, observe, in the above program, we have, how many function calls? 5 function calls are there. 5 function calls. 5 function calls. And 5 function definitions. Do you feel easy or difficult? In general, easy you are feeling. I have 1000 function calls. 1000 function calls. How many definitions you need to define? 1000 function definitions. Easy or difficult? Difficult. I have 2 lakhs function calls are there. How many definitions? Is it difficult or not? Yes. Today, what I am going to take? Today, with what concept? Variable length arcs concept. Variable arcs concept. We have what? 1000 or 10,000, 1 crore function calls are there. Function calls of what? Same family. Display. We define what? We don't define that many. We define only what? One definition. Is it a great concept or not? Here, how many function calls I have? 5. How many definitions I am having? Is it not waste of time? Here, in general, I am having what? 1 lakh function calls are there. Normal Python programming says how many definitions? 1 lakh definitions. Is it not waste of time? How many definitions I want? One definition I want, irrespective of family of similar function calls. Did you understand? First one is what? First one is what? Did not execute. We are unable to execute. Later I shown you what? We executed. We felt happy. But we felt another drawback also. When you have 10 function calls, 5 definitions are there, it is unnecessarily writing the same code again and again, taking lot of time consuming process. I don't want to go for that. If I have 1000 function calls, 1000 definitions, what is this process is called? Time consuming process. Time consuming process. Today, with variable length argument concept, for what function calls? N number of what? Multiple function calls. Multiple function calls. Multiple family, multiple type, multiple function calls of what? Same family. Same family means? Same family means same name. What we are defining? One definition only. We define what? We define one function definition. We define one function definition. We define one function definition. It is really an advantage or not? Shall I go for that? Yes, sir. Online students, are you able to understand? So, who is that? Okay. Definitely, my dear student. Very good. You will join in Microsoft. Super student. Now, Johar. Right. So, coming to the point of it. Silence, ma. Let me complete. So, now I am going to take how many function calls? Take this program. Observe the coding now. Observe the coding now. I say, I don't define these many. I don't define these many. But how many function calls are there? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I will take many more. Now I am going to take it. Pure variable arguments example concept. Pure variable arguments example 1.py. How many definitions I will define? Family of similar function calls. Family of what? Family of what calls? Similar function calls. Family of similar function calls. With what? Variable length arguments. 1 value, 2 values, 3 values, 4 values, 5 values. I say 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. I will take next is called what? 60, and I will say last KVR I will write it like that. How many function calls I am having? 6. How many definitions? 1 definition. Come on, how simple student. To implement this type of concept, to overcome my previous drawback, I'll go for DE of function name is what? DESP, DISP. I will take one formal parameter name. What I am taking? One parameter name I will take it. That parameter name preceded with a symbol called asterisk. With a symbol called what? Asterisk. Asterisk is nothing but star. A parameter I will write it. Preceded with what? Star. Are you following? That star indicates that it can hold any number of values coming from the same function call. This is the definition. I wrote star param. Star param is called what? Variable length argument. Variable length parameter. Spell out. What is this? Justify rate param? It is known as what? Formal parameter. That formal parameters are of how many today? Positional formal parameter, default formal parameter, keyword formal parameter. Today I am writing what? Star before that. Star before the formal parameter. That is known as what? Variable length formal parameter. What is its advantage? Its advantage is it can hold 1 value, 2 values, 3 values, 4 values, 0 value also it can hold. It can hold any number of values. With what? Immutability. Same type, different type, all the types with immutability. What is that parameter type is? Tuple. That parameter name is called what? Variable length parameter. Whose type is what? Tuple. Whose name is what? English Radu Radu. Whose variable name is what? Variable length parameter. Spell out. Whose type is what? Why tuple? Because It can hold same type, different type, all the types with a immutability, which is known as what? Tuple. I'll show you. First you see, keep a comment, keep a comment, keep a comment. I'm keeping comment for all of them. First only one function I am taking. Here I will write colon, comment I will write it. Here star param is called variable length parameter, and whose type is what? Tuple. Just print it. Print param, and I am printing the value tuple, and the type of what? Param. So many examples I'll tell you. Nothing to feel tension first. Nothing to feel tension. Save it. Come out of that. You see, students, what is the value printed? 10 comma. 10 comma means what? Tuple. What is the type? That means this function call is there now. It went to this place and executed or not? Second one you remove. Second function call. Which family? Same family. With how many arguments? Earlier how many arguments? 2 arguments are showed in param or not? So execute. Second time also executed ma. Second time also executed. Which type? Good. Now go to the next. Remove the third one. Remove the fourth one. Remove the fifth one. Remove all of them. See that. How many definitions I defined? How many definitions I defined? 1. How many calls I have? See, I have first one, second one, third one, fourth one, fifth, sixth. All of them are taken or not? Yes. This is called what? How many function calls? How many definitions? Last one also I will take it. Display of. No arguments are passing. No arguments are passing means what? No value present in the tuple. No value present in the tuple means empty braces are not. Yes, students. You see ma. Last one is called what? Empty brace. Easy or difficult? Easy. If you want to print it, I will say, see students, I will say this value, I will print like this. How I am printing? Come on, help me. How do you do it? For value in where? Param. For value in where? Param. For value in param. How do you print it? Print of, what is this now? /t, comma, dot format of val, end is equal to some space I am giving, and I want to say something like this. And before and after I am going to say something like this. And some line I am going to give you. Are you able to follow? So, of what? 50. I am saying. What is the length? Number of values is equal to. I am just saying. Number of values is equal to. Comma, len of what? Param. Len of what? Param. Len of param. I am going to print that number of values. So, you execute it and see students, all the values are printed one by one. Come on to that. Number of values how many? Printed. Number of values how many? 2. Number of values 3. Number of values 4. Number of values printed. Are you able to follow? Easy or difficult? So number of values, just I will write like this. And I will say something like this. Execute it students and see that I am getting this data. Are you able to follow? So here I will remove the /t. So big length space is coming. I'll give one ample of space. Now you can understand, I hope so. Now see students, number of values, and the number of values are how many? 0. Easy or difficult? Easy. So how many definitions I defined? 1. One definition only defined. How many function calls I am having? 7. Is it a good advantage or not? So how many values are to pass my function call to function definition? 1 to 1, specific data. Next is what? Common data. Next is what? Any data in any order. Next is what? Variable length argument values. Is it not called passing the data from function call to function definition or not? Yes. Next I will go for one more example. One more example I will take it. With what I will mix it next with? Default arguments I'll mix it. Formal parameter, positional parameters I'll mix it. Keyword parameters also I'll mix it. If you understand or not, God will take care. Right? I will mix everything. When I confuse, I want to see your confusion state, how you will feel. I want to go for it. I can say, over I can say, but I don't want to leave you. But I want to reach to the stage of what? Professional stage. Let us move to the further. So here, star param is called what? Variable length parameter. Whose type is? What did you understand this mechanism? When you go for similar family, function calls are many. With the normal programming, I have to define many function calls or not? Many function definitions I need to write or not? Is it not my waste of time? To overcome this, I will define what function? Single function definition, which will take a parameter preceded with what? Star. That preceded, a parameter preceded with star is called what? Variable length parameter. And whose type is? And the type is what? Tuple. Have you seen tuple meaning or not? Yes. Why tuple? Why not list? Because nobody should modify the value. When I pass it, you should deliver the value as it is. You should not modify it. Are you following me? Yes. Let me go to the next example, student. Program for, I'll take the same example. Observe it. Observe it. I'll take like this. Observe. Here, I am taking something like what 60. Okay, let it be. Because if I change it, you'll get the problem. Now I am going to say, here I am going to say, I want to find, the question is, write a Python program which will find the sum of variable length values. Python program for finding sum of variable length arguments. Sum of variable length arguments means 1 argument, 2 arguments, 3 arguments, 4 arguments, 5 arguments. Meaning is, row sum want to find the sum of only one number. Row sum want to find the sum of only one number. Next is called Wasim Akram want to find the sum of what? Two numbers. Next, KVR want to find the sum of 3 numbers. Next is called what? Something like TR want to find the sum of 3 numbers. Next is called MC want to find the sum of 4 numbers. Next is called what? Something like ZS want to find the sum of how many values? 3 values. 3 values. Are you able to follow? What did you understand with this? First one you observe it. What are these called? Names. What are these called? Observe the trend of the data. 1 value, 2 values, 3 values, 4 values, 5 values, 6 values. Understand? First one is what? Names. And second part is called what? Variable length values are coming. Did you understand? So, since the first one is coming, I will take what? Yes name, comma. What is S name? Positional param. Positional argument, no. Positional param. What is RS, WK, KV, etc.? Positional arguments. Because it is a function call. What is this S name? Positional. Okay. What is star param? Variable length parameter. Why variable length parameter? To hold 1 value, 2 values, 3 values, 4 values. Are you following me? Easy. Don't take much one. Now I am taking whose roll number is 1, whose roll number is 2, whose roll number is 3, whose roll number is 4, whose roll number is 5, whose roll number is 6. What is this 6 also? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. SNOs. What is SNO? S name? Positional param. Star param is called what? Easy to understand? Yes. Yashwant Guduru. So, try to understand. First two things are what? Positional argument. Next are called what? Also called like this. These are called what? Good. Now print it. Enter. what I'm saying now, let it be. If you want to go for a find sum, I will take this function name. And valid name I want to take it. Find sum I will take it. Valid name I am taking. Find sum. Changing this. Find sum. Find sum. Without telling this example also I can say over. Last week only I can say it is over. But I don't want. We want to discuss so deep of it. So coming to the point back, here I am going to say, here star param is what type and all those things. You understand the meaning of it. So let me start param. So I will just want to bring it to the type. So any of students coming to the point back, here I will just bring it to that side. I will paste it. So that time that side I will bring it. Okay, students. Now come out of that. Already you understand that. Now I will remove because you will get confused with this. Now I will write it. Print it. See, students. I want to find out the sum of those things. I will same print. What is this now? Student number. Student number. I am writing like this. Dot format of what? S and O. Next I am writing print of. Print of. What I am saying? Student name. Student name. I am writing here. Name. Student name I am writing. Name I am writing. Write done. Now it is called like this. Fine. Now I am going to write it. Now I am going to write it. See. I want to print the data. Sum also I want to print. First I will print the data. How do you print the data, ma? For value in where? Param. Not only param. You can take your own variable name. I will take KVR. KVR. I will take KVR. You can take any variable name. What is the KVR type? Star KVR is called what? Variable length parameter. Whose type is what? A tuple type. Anything you can take, ma. I will take it as what here? Vals. Values. Anything you can take it. Okay, na? Don't get confused. So I will take it as what? Something like what? Vals. So come on. One value I want to get from where? Vals. Val. From values I want to get one value. Come on, print. What is this? Say that format of what? Val comma end is equal to some space. Are you getting, ma? So bring your cursor down. Cursor down. Just execute it. Just execute it. 3.py. 3.py. Pure variable length arguments example 3.py. Out of that, you execute it. Variable arguments example 3. See, students, beginning onwards. Student number, student name, values. Student number 2, WK, 1020. 3 KV, 3 values. 4 TR, 4 values. 5 values. 6 values. Are you following? Yes. 6 values are not there. 6 I will take it as what? 60. I will write like this. 60. No problem. I can take 1.2 also. No problem. You can take any type of value. But don't pass it as what? Strings. Strings with numerical value addition possible, huh? Not possible, students. You know that already. Okay. Now you are passing. Now I need to find the sum or not. How do you find, my dear students? S is equal to what? 0. During printing only. Do what? That's all. That's all. You understand the logic now. Print of what? Sum is equal to, come on students, format of, yes, execute now. Finished. Finished. Execute. Come on, quickly you understand me. What is this now? First beginning. Number, name, of course. This is sum I want to print above only. How do you do that? Here I will write it. You remove that and write below. So that is going to be more meaningful result I want to show you. See, students, now start the result from beginning. What is the value, ma? 10. Value sum. 2 is that WK. 10 plus 20, 30. 10 plus 20, 30, 60. 400. Next is what? 150. 150 is nothing but what? This value is called like this. Easier, difficult.